بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم نحمده ونصلي ونسلم على رسوله الكريم أما بعد السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. Alhamdulillah, we're just covering just a few points regarding the month of Ramadan, and our Prophet ﷺ has mentioned that the month of Ramadan, he's mentioned that it's Shahrul Muwasat, that the month of Ramadan is a month of sympathy. What do we mean by sympathy? Meaning sympathy in regards to being kind, generous, especially with the poor and especially with the needy. So in the month of Ramadan, it's important that we sympathize and we become more generous, and we try to bring the practical side of that. And as in all the matters, the Sahaba radiyallahu anhum, they were living examples. And in this respect, it's our duty to follow, or to at least try to follow, the Sahaba radiyallahu anhum. There's hundreds and thousands of incidents that leave us just gobsmacked and astonished. And if you look at the following example where Abu Jahm, he relates that during the battle of Yarmouk, he went in search of his cousin. Now, he took a leather bottle full of water. In those days, when they used to carry water, they'd use leather sacks, basically. So nowadays it'd be plastic bottles, you'd say. So in other words, he took some water with him. So he took some water with him so that he could give his cousin some water to drink, and so that he can, because remember they're in the battle here, so he could also wash his wounds if he was wounded, or even if he was alive, basically. So he's in the battle here. So now he found his cousin lying amongst those who were wounded. So they went to his cousin and asked him whether he would like to drink some water. So his cousin said yes. And at that moment, there was someone who was near his cousin, and he heard this cousin moaning or groaning, kind of. So obviously the other person sounded like he was in a lot of discomfort. So now his cousin, he pointed out to that, he highlighted that, look, there's someone else over there. Perhaps you should see to that person's need. Perhaps you should be offering him water instead of me. So now this person, he went to this other person to go and quench his thirst, to give him some water. So now he mentions that I went to him and I found him that he also needed water. But just as I was about to give it to him, there was a third person who sort of groaned near him as well. And subhanallah, this second person who he was at, he pointed out to the third one, meaning that, okay, forget about me, just go attend to the other person's needs. Perhaps you should be offering that person water. He perhaps needs it more than me. Allah Akbar. So then this person, he mentions, he was carrying the water, that he went to the third person, he went to the third man. But before he could reach him, this person, he passed away. So now, okay, he's passed away. So then he thought, okay, I'll return back to the second one and I'll just give the water to him. But when he went back to the second one, he only found that he had also passed away as well. And he thought, okay, then I'll just go back to my cousin. So then when I returned back to my cousin, he mentions, and he says that he too had become a martyr. SubhanAllah. So this is the spirit of sacrifice that our forefathers, the Sahaba radiyallahu anhum, they possessed. Radiyallahu anhum wa radu an. Ulaika hizbullah, ala inna hizballahi humul muflihun. Allah Ta'ala mentions in the Quran, he says that radiyallahu anhum wa radu an, that Allah Ta'ala is pleased with them. Meaning Allah Ta'ala is pleased with the Sahaba radiyallahu anhum. Allah Ta'ala is pleased with these people. Wa radu an, and those people, those Muslims, the Sahabas radiyallahu anhum, they are also pleased with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. That Allah Ta'ala says, Ulaika hizbullah, that these people, they're the people of Allah Ta'ala. They're the group of Allah Ta'ala. Ala inna hizballahi humul muflihun. Allah Ta'ala says, be sure that It's the group of Allah Ta'ala. It's the people of Allah Ta'ala that are the successful ones. May Allah Ta'ala make us from the successful ones, inshallah Ta'ala, and may Allah Ta'ala make us from the Hizbullah, from the people of Allah Subhanahu wa Ta'ala. And may Allah Ta'ala grant us the ability to follow the people of Allah Ta'ala. May Allah Ta'ala gives us the ability to follow the Sahaba anhum, to follow their footsteps. Subhanallah bihamdi, subhanakallahumma wa bihamdika, ashhadu an la ilaha illa anta, astaghfiruka wa atubu ilayk.